Welcome, everyone. We are back. It is Wednesday night shooting. Sound familiar? This is Tonya Rodgers back with Andrew M. Swift. We
Hey
have,
guys,
yes, we've reunited. Wow.
I know all must good things must end and then come back.
like, we have to do the WWE thing. At first you have this hot angle and it works, and then just out of nowhere, it just like they drop it, and then like, oh shit,
And then 2 months later
we
decide
have
that
no time to feel. Let's put some messages.
yeah, how
But
perfect.
if for those watching who are familiar, you know how we are. You're going to be comfortable with us. But for anybody new who's listening, who may just give you a rundown of who we are. Simply, I'm a fan, lifelong fan. I respect all wrestlers, but we all have our opinions. And really in this show, when I talk shit, it's mostly in the spirit of like roasting and gagging or reading people, as they say in RuPaul's Drag Race. That's all it is. So, Andrew, I'll let you explain who you are.
My for long time listeners and other internet personalities who know us and myself specifically, I'm coming at this in a weird way because my story is one of positivity in the last couple of months. I had a couple months off. I took a little break from the Fed, and ever since then, I was off Twitter for off and on for about 2 months, and then I killed my network account, like killed it, dead. So I was, kind of out there and just having some time away, and then I was getting excited again for the revamp up to the Royal Rumble, of course. So I was up hyped for that, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna come back for that at least. I'm gonna watch that show. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And lo and behold, something happened during one of the matches that night that got me interested again in sticking around. Um,
Yay!
yeah,
A
yeah.
Christmas miracle.
Miracle. Well, it hasn't happened yet, so it's not a
Yeah.
miracle yet. But the seeds are there.
Yes, they are. And we are just going to jump right into that.
How fitting that that's where we start. Yeah.
Exactly. So the match in question is the first ever history making women's Royal Rumble match. And of course, who was number one?
Had to be. It had to
Sasha
be.
Banks.
It was perfect. That was such a special. Oh God, it's gushing
Yes,
already. It was so special because like it should be her, and it was. And I was like, all right, they get it. Like I was like, that was a moment
yeah.
where I'm like, they get it,
Also,
and I was like, okay,
I
yeah.
wanted to. I'm gonna big up Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, new me. I'm gonna bury him when I get a chance, but I'm gonna big him up. When he told Sasha, a couple of years ago at that press conference that, they have big things intended for the women and Sasha's a part of that, that to me was like his words were ringing true. He kept his promise. Sasha's going to be a big part of the women making history, breaking barriers, and being the most interested fucking part of the show and the
Mm-hmm.
company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Sasha was number one. Becky was number two. Uh, I forget. Bailey came. She was like 28, 29, wasn't she?
She was
29.
towards the end. She was 27 or 28 or something like that.
Yeah, she was real late. Of course, they brought back a lot of legends.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I got to see Jackie, and there was some. I think it's Voices of Wrestling was trying to throw shade at Hillbilly Jim getting into the Hall of Fame, and they were like, "Well, if Jackie got in," and I was like, "Hold on, you need to slow your roll with that slander about the first Black women's champion." It's because of Jackie that a lot of these Black women was like, "Okay, maybe it's safe to get into wrestling
Right. Yeah.
if she can get amongst all these racist white people." Just keeping it real. Anyway, they had Kelly Kelly, which was like the only bad part. They had Michelle McCool,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like she eliminated the most people. And they had Lita. She came out and she was Gumby as usual, but people love her, so they'll forgive it. uh, Beth Phoenix and Nia Jax, they had a spot where Beth got her up, but she couldn't keep her up. And oh my God, I was like, okay, now we need Beth Phoenix to come out of retirement to wrestle Nia Jax. So it was so much. I know I'm forgetting some people, but number 30 was Trish Stratus. And like I knew like everybody was like Ronda Rousey was gonna be number 30. I was like, okay. And I've heard nothing about Trish whatsoever. Trish is going to be number 30.
Oh
So
my God.
she came out and it was electric. And then everybody teams together to get rid of Nia because of course they're gonna do that because she's Nia Jax. And I'm not gonna throw shade because now I think Nia has improved lately.
Mm-hmm.
But they get rid of Nia, and then lo and behold, Sasha grabs Bailey, throws her
Mm.
ass out of the ring.
Mm.
It was like,
Mm.
that's why I'm the boss, and does her pose. And I was like, oh my god, that the moment that made you come back, right?
It was absolutely the moment. Of course, that was the moment where everyone was like, and like the look on her face, it was like, uh-oh, uh-oh. And Charlotte on the outside had a really great look when it happened too, like back up at Sasha. It was like, and it
Yeah,
was
like
like, oh my God. And it was just like, what do we have here now? This is very interesting, you know. And it was, that moment and then throwing Trish out as well. It was like, oh
oh
my
my
God, these
god,
two things that are happening. And it was like she's getting in her face, the mannerisms again. And it was like, so that was
eliminate Trish too.
yeah, that's and you know what? You feel like it had to be Trish who was like, I want Sasha to throw me
Mhm.
out. Like that's what kind of it felt like. And it was like she did her little pose too or whatever, mocked her, and then got tossed out, right out. And it was like, oh my, what do we have here now?
Exactly.
Um,
So we know who Trish will come back for,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm here for that match, like for
right?
real. Um, yeah, oh my God, that first little spark, and then it was like, well, I guess I'm sticking around for a while.
Of course, you have to.
Guess I'm gonna be here for a couple of weeks to see what's going on here, and they built on it, so
Yeah, because at first people were like, "Oh, well, why should they forget all about this?" But
right? Because
no,
they've
no.
laid those seeds before and not
Yeah,
followed up, and now it seems to be it's all coming together.
it was kind of cool. Bailey was like, "Oh yeah, okay, it's the Royal Rumble. Every woman for himself, for herself. That's cool. That's fine." Let's creep on over to the Elimination Chamber, where Sasha and Bailey really have the perfect opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to squash Alexa Bliss like a bug. See, this
Mm-hmm.
is this is my beef with Sasha with the whole.
Yep. Yep.
That's my whole beef about it. It was her and Bailey at the end and Alexa. And she decides while we have Alexa Bliss running from us and vulnerable, why don't I just kick Bailey off of a goddamn pod and say I'm better than you and like she said that shit to Bailey. Like, so words matter, actions matter. I understand it with everyone for and me like playing the heel side is like, Bailey maybe kind of should have expected it, but thinking smart,
Yeah. Tactically, it was very, very stupid.
it was not the white, especially since neither you or Bailey won and Alexa Bliss is still the champion. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was the moment where it was like, okay, this is really happening, and all the memes from Lion King were very perfect. I think Sasha actually like retweeted that infamous photo of Scar, and I don't even know the other guy's name actually from Lion King. I can't remember that.
Mufasa. That's my favorite.
Mufasa. Okay, yeah. I was like Jonathan Taylor Thomas's father, and I was like, that's not exactly helpful. Yeah, I think she like retweeted a picture of that before the match happened too, and then it was like that moment happened. It was like, wow, that was very telling, very very telling. And ever since then, it's been terrific because it's like Sasha was shitty, you
Mm-hmm.
know, just
And
terrible shitty to Bailey. And then ever since then, she's been like an insane teenager on social media.
after Bailey refused to tag her,
After Bailey refuses to tag in a match, then she just goes nuts. And that did you see the day where she was just like apparently obviously Sasha had just like searched for fake friend or
yeah,
something and just liked a
like
billion
30.
tweets.
I was like, Sasha's going ham. My entire timeline was like fake friends, this fake friend that, liking stuff, retweeting stuff. I was like, damn, Sasha. When she had no chill that day. I was like, this
No chill. No chill. Here's the thing. I feel like we all forgot how extra she is. Like she's just the most extra. Like that, for some reason now I've had like this theory over the last like month and a half or so. It's like the only thing I want out of wrestlers is being extra, and like she's like queen extra. Like like serious. It's like and it's so good to see because it's like oh yeah, this is who she is. I forgot about this. You know.
I know, right? It's crazy. It's reminding you of the person that you fell in love with, and you getting
Hmm.
all those old. I'm like, I don't know where they're taking it, but they need a goddamn payoff of this with just those two beating the shit out of each other. And it really doesn't have to be for a title right
No.
now.
Yeah.
It's like
Well.
it could
Yeah.
be secondary.
Hmm. What's interesting is that if they do, and been getting a lot of screen time, like every like it's been
Hmm.
significant amount of time, like every week for the last 5 6 weeks or so. So it seems like they're building to an actual program at Mania, and if they had a one-on-one singles match, that would be literally the first time ever. It would be a history-making occurrence.
Yeah.
It would be the
Him is
first
having a
singles.
grudge match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, having a singles match, not for a title
Yeah.
at Mania, literally the first ever time. There was one time that happened in like 2002 or whatever, but it was a Playboy pillow fight. So,
Uh, not a match.
so it's that's a weird gimmick match. That's not
They
even
actually
yeah.
made people like
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like, oh yeah, I remember why I didn't
psychology.
watch now. Yeah.
They actually made women go out there and pillow fight in the fucking ring.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry,
crazy.
like everybody has to excuse me because I know everybody thinks Jim Cornette is like the biggest piece of shit in the world, but I sometimes like every now and again when I'm feeling nostalgic, I gotta go listen to like a whole bunch of his shoots. So like I get motherfucker and this and motherfucker because that is how he describes everything. And sometimes like he makes great points. That's the type of stuff he would never put in a ring. Like what is the money in a fucking Playboy
Yeah.
pillow fight? What the fuck? Who this is why people shit on the musical acts, but they're there now for you to go to the bathroom during the 15-hour WrestleMania event, not the Playboy pillow fight. People don't want
Really,
to
I
go to
thought
the
that I
bathroom
thought that was
during.
Bray Wyatt's match. That was
Uh,
the.
well, that too, of course.
Uh,
Speaking of, we have to
buying
talk.
people ponies and shit.
Well, we gonna save all that for later.
Oh
Speaking
yeah,
of,
that's right.
we have to talk about
Hmm.
the newest of signing to the Raw roster. Made her debut at the Royal
Oh
Rumble,
yeah, yeah.
upstaged the Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte, and the Royal Rumble winner and the motherfucking undefeated Oscar. to come out and point at a sign. Now understand, will not be roasting Ronda Rousey because I like her.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to see her kick some ass. I don't care about the personal shit. None of that. I just want her to come. If these women get more screen time because Ronda Rousey allows it to happen, may she stay in the company until she can no longer wrestle. Do you hear me? If it means more women getting time and they actually have to build a division around her, that means more women making more money, getting more opportunities. So think about that before you shit on Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you are a so-called supporter of women's wrestling, you can see it literally happening before your eyes.
Already.
Ronda Rousey gets signed, and the women are getting much more time on the show. Opposite and separate from her. And if she is the type of woman to be like, no, I need a division. I need to be credible. I can't be just beating up jokes. Because understand, she's a smart woman. Ronda Rousey didn't get famous because men made her famous. She didn't become that ass kicker because somebody decided and chose her. Ronda Rousey went out and got that shit. That's why, like, she have the do nothing bitch. I know a lot of do nothing bitches was mad at that. But what she was saying is, stop making excuses. They told me I couldn't do this. A woman was never a UFC star. They don't have a division. She did that. You can say what you want. She did all of that. So if she comes and has the effect on WWE that she had on the UFC, I'm all thumbs up for it.
Here for that, yeah.
Now, with that being said, whoever is booking her needs to stop. Like with the awkward stuff, the weird stuff that she shouldn't be doing, that they like think that's what a WWE. Just let her be Ronda. Just don't really script her. And I think she'll be like, she's done this in a certain kind of way. You can give her direction, but don't tell her what to say. You know, don't tell her what to point at. She got it. Just, be loose, be real loose with director. Because I think the problem was when she first showed up, she's like, okay, I'll listen to these jackasses and what they want me to do. And she probably critiques herself and then because every week if you've noticed, she's gotten a little bit better. So I'm overall not like, I'm happy and excited for it, for what it could be. I don't care she's fighting Stephanie. Who cares? Stephanie has made her look great thus far. So,
as has Paul.
Triple H is a clown. Let me say,
he's such a clown.
He's a damn fool. Like, people, like, I tweeted during their segment Monday that it was terrible, but that didn't mean I didn't. It was bad acting. Yeah. It was cheesy. It was bad. And in anywhere else, it'd be like, this is. Well, no, because I like cheesy B-rated movies. Like, I recently watched The Room just to take me back to like them fake Showtime kind of, when you was 13, you ain't had no business watching Skinner. That's what The Room took me back to. Every time I watch it, and it's just like, this man thought he was creating a master. and you know what I'm saying? I just be laughing my ass off. Like, everybody, there's nobody that's good in The Room. There's not one single person that you can say, I can see them having a future in the business. How do you find not one good actor? I'm sorry, I didn't
know. That's
what this angle reminds me of The Room, so I'm enjoying it.
That's hilarious. That's what a comparison to make.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's so funny because like I was watching the segment and I was on like a stream too, so it was kind of I was hit or miss or whatever. But like from what I saw and then the replay, so I was just like, this is such a mess, and I'm so here for it. Like this is ridiculous, but all right, you got me. I don't know how, but I'm totally here for it, and it's just cracking me up. It's just how ridiculously over the top it is, and it's just very, yeah, it's just very sports entertainment, I guess we'll say. And sometimes that can be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, like people. What kills me is like I'll read people be like WrestleMania. That's when you're supposed to have the greatest match. I'm like, have you not watched WrestleMania 1 through like 13 in your
Right?
life?
Seriously. It's all ridiculous spectacle, you know?
You can find like 5 good matches out of 13 WrestleMania.
Yeah, right.
5. Okay. I think is there anything else with the women? Oh yes, we have to talk about what Alexa Bliss did to her so-called best friend. Did you see the after Nia lost to Asuka again?
Oh my God, that was so mean.
And Nia is feeling down about herself, and Alexa's sitting down, and under the guise of trying to be helpful and supporting her, pretty much read her for filth. Oh, and he doesn't. And then when she brought up about her size, I wanted Nia to grab her by her throat. It just so there are rumors that perhaps Asuka said no one's ready for me here, and she disappears into a void. And the Raw Women's match is actually could possibly be Alexa versus Nia with Nia as the face. And it wouldn't surprise me because with Nia, even though she's improving, I like her stuff recently. You can never forget that is The Rock's blood cousin,
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna get her moment. And then they tied her to Enzo, who was
Oh boy.
out raping people allegedly,
Yeah, allegedly.
allegedly. So I could possibly see Nia, Dave Meltzer's prediction actually right, but a year later, who the fuck like? So he did have
Just
ears,
a year off, Dave. You were so close.
yeah. So I can see that potential, like, cause what else, like, what else is the point of that?
Yeah. No, that's definitely what it feels like.
The way the way Nia lost, which was awesome. She tapped, but nobody could blame her for tapping.
Yeah.
And the crowd gave her, gave her some props after the match, and her supposed to be sis. This is sis. They travel together, like, and she just basically read her. Oh, you can't. Oh, and in the most Patrick, Alexa Bliss is terrible.
I mean, she's terrific, but yes, she's horrible.
I her
Yeah.
character. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the people. I will say you. There will be no doubt if I'm talking about the real life person. But since we're talking about the women, you want to just slide on over to the mixed match challenge?
Oh my God. We haven't even really talked about it that much, and I've been so into it.
It, I some weeks I liked it. Lana beat Bailey.
Oh, that was a horrible moment.
Fart on that match. Fart on
it. Was that the only good thing about that moment was Ian and Carmella in the comments being like, not like this. Right? Don't no. That was hilarious.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I raged about that in DMs for a couple to a couple of folks, but
The
yeah.
day after she beat Sasha.
The day after, right? It's weird too because like they're trying to not like it's outside of canon, but then they were also like, if Asuka loses this mixed tag match, her
Look,
streak is over, and it's like,
I
what? What are
so
you
I
doing?
got so annoyed. They did not say that in the first match at all. Then this second
Exactly.
match pops up, and I guess they're trying to ask us to just let it be fun. Why you gotta drag Oscar streak into this bullshit now? See, now I want to slap him. I want to reach through the TV and be like,
Right.
shut that shit up.
Right. Because,
And,
you know, presumably they're not going all the way since Miz and Braun are representing Connor's cure.
and
But like
it's
when that team loses, it's gonna be Miz who takes the pinfall or submission,
right.
not Asuka.
And they're
So
trying to make
like
it
it's
like if
doubly
Miz
weird, you know?
loses, Oscar streak is even if the Miz gets pinned, it affects Oscar's streak because she was like getting mad at him because he was about to lose, and I'm like, look at here, can't y'all just say Oscar don't like to lose ever? Can't you just say that? Why you gotta? I thought that was trash, and it was
Yeah.
a great match, but that whole aspect of it, fought on that too.
Fart
Um,
on that.
yeah. Oh, and let me say, I know before we get into this, the most recent one,
Mhm.
because this is juicy as gossip we are going to talk about. Before we get into Alexa and Braun and what they doing,
Mhm.
I think it's BS that they not Jimmy and Naomi out of the goddamn competition. And whenever they got the vote, that's who I'm voting for to get back in. I thought that their match with Goldust and Mandy was one of the best matches. It was the funniest, and it showed the whole point of the thing,
Yeah.
which was character work.
Yep.
This ain't for nothing. This ain't serious. Why is y'all out there wrestling and possibly injuring yourselves? Had to be put through a table yesterday. What kind of bullshit is that? Like you ain't gotta have Braun be strong, that damn strong on a fucking throwaway nothing. Now what the fuck? Jimmy is one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champion. Uh,
Oh.
what if he had got injured doing a stupid ass spot in the MMC?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't think they just be doing stupid shit. Like really, I think that whole shit was
Yeah.
both for Jimmy and I'm not gonna get over that. They the most sincere, realest couple. I don't fart on your WWE couple because mine is better. And that's Jimmy wasn't married when they met. Okay, he had a baby mama, but he was not married. They were both single. They met in development, so it was very natural. There was no shady tweets on Twitter. Charlotte, we gotta get into the mess that is WWE trying to break people up. If they don't like, we know they do this, and they've been cool with certain most relationships. They cool with, but
Mhm.
Lord, no, if Vince find out you fucking another wrestler and he don't want you to fuck him, he is going to try to stop it. That's why, like Rusev, that's probably why Rusev and Lana still together. They probably would have been broke up if they didn't work with WWE.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, anyway, so all the suggestive sexual stuff, like it started off rip during the entrance. The way they Alexa and Braun's looking at each other, like it's clearly sexual tension. The way he grabbing her, holding her back, like you do that to your woman. What? What? Wait a minute. He grabbing her. She fell on him crotch first, and they just looking at each other like, oh yeah, like when you come to work and your fiance is there in the building, might be watching your match, do you tell him these spots are going to happen? Do you agree to it? Do you not have a choice? Do you be like, hey, I don't think he would have, or are they still engaged?
I think so. As far as I know.
Look on
As far as
Valentine's
I
Day.
know.
On Valentine's Day, I noted that Alexa Bliss posted like a little cake that she bought. She said she bought for herself on Valentine's Day and said Happy Valentine's Day to me. She never wished him a happy Valentine's Day. But you know, that's just something I noted. And then
Hmm.
all this stuff with Braun popping up. So
Yeah.
okay. So what is your vote? Do you say yay or nay? Are they getting it on or not?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. Did you see the edit I saw earlier today?
Yes.
Someone made on Twitter the 50 Shades of Grey edit. They like edited the Braun and Alexa image onto a bed, and it was like, oh no, oh no, and it's like, oh boy.
That's why you don't do no spot like that with your coworker that ain't your fiance.
Yeah, it feels weird, and they have a
Very
history of doing
weird.
stuff like this.
It's
Yeah, very weird.
terrible. It's terrible. And this
They
ain't
do
even
this stuff
this.
sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a throwaway tournament that don't mean for charity. It's really
for
it's not
charity,
canon,
right?
right?
Yeah.
And I was like, this for charity, and I was like, so is they're just gonna give every charity money because this is work. Like they're not actually really winning anything for charity.
Right.
You don't decide which charity they to give money. Okay, but whatever. It's fun. So we got to get on Miss Charlotte if you're nasty.
Mm.
Uh, People said when they first started doing those promos together that something was not right between Charlotte and Bobby Roode. And me, I was like, y'all don't ship married people. That's how rumors get started. And, it's just icky. Don't do that. Crazy me, when they actually wrestle in their match, as soon as I see them together, I'm like, oh, they fucking. I don't care what nobody says. I'm sorry. Did you see the way Charlotte was looking at that man
I
the
mean,
whole
it's
time?
it's kind of obvious too because it's like aside from when she's around Becky, it's the only time Charlotte has ever showed personality.
Personality,
So
and like she said, that's my
that's
man.
my
And he,
man.
he
I
told
actually yeah.
she
I
called him over and was like held her hand out for the tag, and it was like you want to tag his ass, not his hand. I was like,
messy.
Charlotte is a freak.
Messy. I saw you like tweet at Vina a couple weeks ago and it was like, all right, I'm sorry, I apologize. You were right. And
Yes,
I that was just like and I was like, I didn't even see like the initial conversation you guys had, but I was like, that's hilarious. That's so funny.
I, and look, I will always step up and admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. Charlotte is out there. Lord have mercy on my soul. And then, okay, when Braun catches Alexa, she asks to Bobby, "How come you never catch me like that?" And see, like that's something you ask your man when you see another
Mhm.
man do something for a woman. That's the only time you say that to a man. Is if you fucking him and he ain't did something cute that you saw another man do for another woman. How come you don't do me? Like, I was like, wow. And then she started tweeting out the boy is mine lyrics.
Yeah, that was
I said, well, it's not a mystery
whew.
anymore. She just confirmed it. And I know Wikipedia is wrong, but like wrestling fans are very particular when they find out shit happened. And Bobby Roode Wikipedia page said that motherfucker been married since 95 or 96 or some shit. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's wrong. But I had assumed he was married, but he is fucking Charlotte. I don't give a fuck. He,
100%. There's
he's,
no doubt
going,
about it.
he's going to be her next ex husband.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my. Oh my.
Oh my.
I have a bit of a Flair news, as it were.
Yeah.
Um, probably about a week ago or so, my dad just randomly, completely randomly, emailed me out of the blue, and he was like, "What connection does your father?" He's saying this to me, so he's referencing himself. "What connection do I have to Ric Flair?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "How am I supposed to know?" I was like, "First of all, you have some connection, and you're saying this, and just now." And then secondly, I was just like, "I have no idea." So he responds back. He is like, apparently he was in my for like a year or two. My dad was in Rick's graduating high school class in Edina, Minnesota. So he was like, "Yeah, I must have walked by him in the halls like so many times and had no idea who he was going to become." And I was like, "You're just now telling me this?" I was just like, "What? Come on, man!" So I was like, "What a
Oh,
what a bizarre piece of trivia to drop on me."
it
You
is.
know?
That is weird. He went to high school with Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Oh, that is very cool. Very cool. But yeah, the MMC, aka Triple H's master plan to create like a super race of wrestlers. Like it's very baby friendly, very child friendly. So he's
Mhm.
like, yeah, Bree, bring your baby. Yeah, Roman, bring your kids. Yeah, let them all become friends and fuck each other. While you fuck each other and get pregnant.
Right? Yes, seriously. Here's the thing though. Like if they're trying to breed super babies, then I don't know if you've been watching 205 Live the last couple of weeks, but Buddy Murphy, he is
Right?
a talent. He is. Did you watch that Ali match last night? That was
Oh
tremendous.
God, yes. Mustafa Ali is, if they don't put that belt smack dab on this gentleman,
Yeah.
like I don't know what they're doing. He's great. He's the face that you root for. I love him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was great, and Buddy made him look tremendous. Just the way he took the offense just consistently was just wildly impressive. I was just like, these takes are really awesome.
Yeah, it's a shame like that a lot of people still aren't interested because the show has gotten
The
better.
show is so good. Now that's like the show like that and MMC are that's my Tuesday night content. Like that's quality stuff. That's just really and it's like an hour long. It's just a lot of fun. And it's so funny because it's like, oh wow, who would have guessed that just having a couple banger matches a night and a couple segments or whatever would make this show be super interesting. When it was
Right.
like that was assumed to be the idea when it was launched initially, and then it was just like not that at all. But now, yeah, it's just like it's super fun. It's a super. If you're not watching it yet, I think you really should. Like it's worth going out of your way for.
I've watched the last two tournament matches. I thought it was a match with Cedric and somebody from last week that went a little bit too long.
Yeah.
But like that's the only thing I've had really major complaints about. I really like the direction that they're going in. It's interesting. I also love Spud. So
Yeah.
it's just I watched
He's
this.
fun. Have you seen the did you see the photos of him and EC3 like on the road together and
I
Spud
ship
eating
so
Spud
much.
is ship him, right? And Spud eating like chicken wings with like a fork and knife or something. It was like, "Oh, this is come on, man.
I think
You're
he eats
not
everything
doing
but
short people a favor
strawberries.
here, man. Come on."
Yeah, that's too fancy. Like you can't even get the meat. How can you? Like it takes too long to try to get get it that way. Just pick it up and bite it.
Right?
Eat an
Seriously.
animal. Eat like an animal. Damn it. Yeah, they're cute. We can go and talk about. I've been trying to put it off because
Mm.
everybody knows who I am obsessed with. And
Really? I have no idea.
that'll never change. And it's just certain things I just get so sick and tired of saying. So I'm just gonna praise him. Uh, after the show, I cut out everything except for Raw. for the longest time, probably until like last month, actually, and did not steer me wrong. There was like when Roman got sick, I was a little depressed, but like every week since he's come back from his Bray Wyatt illness, like he stopped being friends with Bray Wyatt. He makes you sick and he makes you sick. He cheats on his wife with like and doesn't pay child support and buys fucking ponies and strippers instead. Stay the fuck away from him. He's a bad influence, Roman. Stop being friends with him. Damn it. Galita and your family need you. Stay the fuck away from Bray Wyatt. Anyway, since he came back, I think he has been performing at like a level, like just a top level, and it's like it's not even hard for him. He's not even fucking trying. It's like he's barely fucking trying sometimes when he's wrestling and putting out banger after fucking banger. When he was the Intercontinental Champion, I was so fucking happy. You have no idea. I still want him to be Intercontinental Champion. And like somebody like The Miz who can talk and do all that rah bullshit, let him be in the main event. I will forever say this. Like there are some people who don't know. They're so gotten to by Roman's position. And just know, like I kind of understand. I feel you because I don't want him in that position either. But we ain't Vince. There's nothing you can do about it. And you're going to whine about this shit year after year. And you're the same motherfuckers that whine for 10, 12 years about John Cena. Every time John Cena pop up, you still fucking whine about him. Like, fuck, just watch something else. Stop harassing people online. This motherfucker, and then everything they have ever said about him, he fucking takes it and breaks it away. Oh, he can't wrestle. He can't work. Prove that. Oh, he can't do promos. He got better and better and better because, some people, it takes them a while. That promo he gave last week on Brock Lesnar was the gospel fucking truth. One of the best fucking promos of the year. But everybody came away with it as not, wow, Roman has improved so much from suffering succotash. No, they're like, oh, well, now this is what WWE is trying to get to. Maybe WWE knows you're not going to fucking like him. So they're booking for his actual fans. And I know you see him on social media. I know you saw when he went to Detroit and all the shitload of fucking thousands of people that came for his autograph. So start with the fucking what fans? He has fucking fans. Like this tug of war around Roman is so stupid because he's the fucking shit. And like some of the guys that people want, like if you keep calling out these same names, Seth Rollins, no, he done had his. Like seriously, if they take Roman's spot, they better not fucking give it to Seth Rollins again. So he can fuck it up again. I'm sorry. I know people love him. I love Seth too. But he ain't that dude. He's just not. And that's cool. It's a lot of people I love that wasn't that dude. He's not. Finn Balor. I love Finn to death. But they're not. Finn's too short. And really, I'm gonna be honest. Motherfuckers will sit there and shit on Roman, boo the fuck out of him, but he have a match and everybody into it, even if they trying to boo him from losing. Finn Balor come out there, everybody raise their motherfucking arms and they playing with beach balls during this motherfucker's match. Braun Strowman, I think probably they should just go ahead and see what they have in him. Because he's very smart. He's very versatile. But then you have the thing of like, sometimes it gets so cartoonish and ridiculous to me that like if you have like some of the photos you have of some of the stuff Braun has done, you want this man to go on ESPN and they do that, and it like if you want to be taken seriously, so like anybody wants to give out a name of who they think can take his spot. I think there's a guy. If Vince is soon to retire, there is a guy that fits the type. It's not gonna be the type of like the John Cena. Those big dudes, they're automatically the heel to the audience. And like Vince doesn't seem to get that, but Triple H does. And no, it's not Daniel Bryan. His time he's finna go do whatever on the indies, and I pray for him because I don't know. He done lied about his medical history before, but that's enough. Johnny Gargano, like people lose their shit. I don't. He's all right. I like him. Good wrestler. Like I'm serious, but like everybody be losing his shit. And to me, it's like people losing their shit because you just put some sprinkles on top of vanilla ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
But I like his wife. His wife is dope.
Oh, Candice is great. Yeah,
Candice is dope. But like, I think he has what the modern wrestling fan almost universe, because nobody's ever gonna be, because there's ironic wrestling fans. Oh you like it, I hate it. You hate it, I fucking love it. It's the best thing ever. Those people fucking exist. They can't like something until they know how you feel about it. They fucking exist. They exist in wrestling, movies, politics, every fucking where. Fucking trolls. But like it, people are actually worked, and they actually think that there's turmoil. So I think this is all work.
Oh, for sure.
Brock and Roman laughing at all this internet shit. They gonna go out there and fucking put on a fucking match. If Brock's supposed to put Roman over, he gonna fucking put Roman over and move on with his fucking life. But the way people are so worked about this shit, and they still gonna watch, and they're not gonna turn it off if it's the main event. And they gonna, if they got tickets to Raw the next day, they gonna show up and boo the shit out of Roman. And it's just a vicious cycle. And like, either you're gonna leave or just be a little bit more agreeable to the person that's watching this shit with you. Cause like, stay the fuck out of my mentions. I'm so serious.
It's so weird to be having to have this discussion still in 2018. Like in 2015, maybe like he was still newish, kind of a little rough around the edges, sure. But in 2018, it's clear like the guy is a top performer, and it's just it doesn't make sense. Like if you're that perpetually gotten to, then you need to take a little chill pill. Right. And that's me saying that. So that's the most gotten to person in the history of the Graps,
This match, like, if people would take away their bullshit and look at it, like the narrative that they spinning with Roman, just the first one, wet behind the ears. I can, I will, but he didn't, because he had all this fucking other baggage with the Shield and all this shit. And Brock's been Roman free, still running roughshod. I know you don't want Roman to be the one to take it down, but you ain't writing the fucking story. Like, if somebody came when I was writing my book and they say, because I have a character named Chase, and he's basically like the Vince McMahon in my world, basically the evil god-like person. And like, but this is a mob story. So at the end, somebody's going to get to kill Chase for all the bad shit he done did to everybody through the books. If somebody that was reading my books told me, the person that I decided to kill, they found out who, before the book is written, who I planned to have kill Chase. And they're like, no, I want this person. I'd be like, fuck you. Don't read it. And I would write the way I fucking want to write it. At the end of the day, you make the choice. And I just can't see how this one it's not. There's so much other stuff. It's a variety show. It's like I was arguing with this one person, and I was like, Roman had just fucking lost to Seth Rollins when, like, the week when everybody went crazy for a week and was like, "Yo, Seth Rollins is actually good." No, slow your roll, slow your roll. He wrestled for an hour, but okay, slow your roll. And he wrestled. Who he was wrestling for an hour? John Cena and Roman Reigns. Of fucking course, it's gonna be a banger. But anyway, like, am I wrong? But I was like, how people have they got amnesia. They've forgotten. When you let this motherfucker do what he wants, it's like never forget Seth Rollins was the one that decided that the pedigree should be his finisher. He went behind Triple H's back to get that approved.
Oh my God, I forgot about those
Yeah,
very long
I will never
years.
forget about
Oh,
Seth Rollins creatively. I don't trust him with like main event control of like, nah, forget that. Mid intercontinental level, that's good. Maybe every once in a while in the main event, but just
damn.
right.
I don't know. I don't know. I've been very impressed with Seth lately. I'll say that. I'll say
What
that. I think he's putting out really quality work.
I listen, I have been back on his ever since, and this is before most people. Ever since he started calling Chris Jericho Sparkle Crotch, I was like, you know what? I ain't even mad at him, and he has been wrestling pretty good. I mean, he had the knee problem. It's obvious the knee problem is gone, and of course, he's always been better as a face. But um, it's just he hasn't really had a chance to show the bad face stuff that he was showing. Like they just been having him wrestle for the most part because his WrestleMania plan is injured right now. So I just say proceed with caution. I don't like once you lose my trust with like, can I trust you to be a champion and carry an angle and not shit the bed? Like, I can't do it. Seth Rollins was getting to Bray Wyatt levels for a minute, like for real. So it's gonna take more than one match, and most of it has been tag team. So I don't know what they're gonna do with him, but I don't think he's like gonna actually win the Intercontinental. If anybody wins, it's gonna be Finn. So
Well, they got a thing with Jordan who would probably be coming back after. And you know what? You know what they should have done? Was Roman 30 in the Rumble again this year?
he was
No,
like
it
28.
was Ziggler. That's who it was. Which
Roman should have been 30 for him.
who? No, it should have been Jason Jordan. And him like get that nepotism spot and be like, and he should have come out with a mic and been like, "Oh, thanks to my dad." Like that would have been a great spot. That would have been really quality.
It
But
might have happened if he wasn't, if he could go at all. Take yeah. But
I think I think they started playing into at least what I was seeing. I think they were knowing what they were doing with him, and I thought he was carrying his into that annoyingly aggressively annoying like shtick pretty well.
And people were not getting it. They still thought they were booking him like a face. I'm like, no.
He's
Like
clearly being set up here. You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
they're having him just because somebody's tag teaming with a face, don't make them a face. Like, have you never watched wrestling before? You don't know how this shit works.
Right. Seriously.
It, like, and my one of my favorite aspects is that Roman just could not with him. He's just like he was not. He was like, Seth, this is Joe. I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah. He was like, "What are you
I will
doing? Go
beat his
backstage." That night that they lost because of Jordan, or whatever. He's just like, "What are you doing? Just go away." And he was like, "No, but I'm trying to help out." And that's great stuff. It's great
Yeah, it
stuff.
was, and I don't know how they're gonna pick it back up, but I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to when they pick that back up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see. We've covered. Let's cover what they just announced. Was that a spoiler? I think about NXT. I think everything was a spoiler tonight, wasn't it?
I did not watch. So what happened? I have no idea. Please tell me.
NXT is gonna have a new title.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh well, yeah. If people who, yeah, I think there's gonna,
Okay.
yeah, I think there's gonna be a match for it soon.
Okay.
Yeah, but just so because I follow people who spoil NXT, and so I don't want to say, for people who don't want to be spoiled, but they are gonna have. I'm sure that's gonna be like spoiled anyway, but they're gonna have a new title, and yeah. So I think we've covered.
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this segment. Now I just pulled up TDE just to look at the GIFs or whatever, and
Yeah,
I'm just seeing Mr. Blackheart go at this poster with his crutch. Oh my God. That is great stuff.
let me check. Tommaso Ciampa is the best, and I first started liking him like when he first popped up on NXT with Johnny Gargano, and I was like, everybody was like Johnny wrestling, and I was like, I don't know. There, about. I think I was kind of having like a things and stuff moment with him when I
Hmm.
first saw him, because like they were having a match and they both were great, but in all the Full Sail was just chanting Johnny wrestling, and I was like, well, what about the other dude? He's pretty good too. I was. Eventually, they started chanting Psycho Killer with it, but like the first couple times I saw them wrestle, it's just like, I don't know. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. It seemed like the crowd was ignoring him, and that made me pay more attention to him. And he is fucking awesome. One of the few NXT wrestlers I follow, him and Velveteen Dream
Yeah,
and Ricochet, but I was following Ricochet because
beforehand. Yeah.
yes, he actually liked one of my tweets and said something back to me. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
Ricochet!
that's the moment. That's the moment when you stand forever for sure, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he
yeah.
noticed me. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to so much wrestling.
Yeah.
Um,
What a weird what a weird thing for us to be so positive and being like, there's so much to
yeah,
look forward to.
I don't
Right? But
really
we've
have
changed,
much.
folks. It's
Yes,
2018. It's a new year.
it's a brand new year. Before we, wrap up anything, final thoughts, I did want to address the so-called rumors. I'm not gonna name names because, like, to me, in my opinion, these motherfuckers doing it for attention. So I'm not gonna give. I'm not even gonna feed that in. Like you, uh, there's a part of my family that's like into certain different religions where, like, if you actually speak somebody's name, you're giving them some of your energy. So I'm not gonna give them any of my energy. I'm just gonna talk about the story. It came out like the same week of the Royal Rumble. Like, I think the same day the Enzo news came out, this came out, or maybe the day before, something like that. That allegedly some guy who was arrested for selling steroids named a couple of people and said that Roman Reigns is one of his customers, clients, what have you. And he said, I think Mark Wahlberg and Josh Dumel or whoever. Fuck. So I'm not here to like proclaim Roman's innocence because I don't know him. I don't know what the fuck he does. Um, I would take a gander because I have seen his body physically change. But I would say that that body ain't all natural. But there's very few wrestlers that I would not say about that. Bret Hart took steroids. So and he was never rippling with muscle, even as a little dude. Like, you could tell that Chris Benoit and Eddie were on something. And, like, that was another reason I started to notice their bodies physically change as they started getting pushed in the WWE. And that was one of the things that really turned me off in the company right before. Like, everybody getting pushed. They starting to get a little swole in certain areas. It's odd. Everybody getting big, fat, thick necks bigger than their head and muscles out. So, like, and it's just a difference between steroid use and steroid abuse, because I've used steroids in my life for surgery, after surgery, but this guy, apparently these two guys, they haven't. This was in January, the week before the Rumble. They said they had this evidence. It's a documentary. It's gonna come out this week, no, next week, and somewhere along the line now, one of the guys has evidence of a whole heap of wrestlers that are connected to this steroid thing. So some people, it seems like there's going to be massive suspensions or things like that. But like, I believe some of these wrestlers, like John Cena, have attorneys. So like, the evidence this guy has, it better be like damn good. And if he has damn good evidence, they're like, oh, he's waiting to sell it or show it in a documentary. But if you have this shit and you got people's attention, why would you not show it? It's kind of like crying wolf so many times. Oh, I'm going to release details then, or some whack ass detail that really don't prove anything. And it's just like, and my whole thing when people were talking about this is like, okay, so this one dude is in jail. Are any further charges going to be filed? So, to my knowledge, the DEA is not pursuing this with wrestlers at all. So, my opinion, no matter what this dude has, unless it's like just a steroid shooting up party on video, clearly dated, like recently, I don't see WWE doing fuck all about whatever this dude got. That's just me. They say there's some precedent, but I know there was another time somebody got busted and Edge and Umaga. Like, they probably eventually got punished. But I have never recall a big sweep where a whole bunch of WWE superstars got fired or suspended. People who are in big storylines heading into WrestleMania. Do you think I would let a motherfucker? Because one of these dudes is seriously named after a fucking Cartoon Network character. Do you think I would let a fucking cartoon character stop my biggest show of the fucking year? Vince McMahon, really? And then somehow the rumor became, now apparently Brock was mad because Brock made me involved. Like, Brock, in what world do you think Brock get his shit from the same place the locker room get his shit? Brock don't even dress out in that damn locker room, let alone have the same goddamn connection. So that shit, this whole story of Brock was mad and he decided, they advertised Brock showing up and told him not to show up because they know don't nobody give a fuck about him showing up no way, so they gonna use it for a storyline. It ain't got nothing to imagine Vince McMahon and Triple H and Brock Lesnar, any of them cared about somebody taking steroids. Just imagine having to work like these people. I have seen people say something along the lines of, it would be terrible if well-liked wrestlers would lead to this. And I'm like, but it won't be terrible for those non-liked wrestlers. What kind of bullshit is that? Oh, these wrestlers I don't like, they can get suspended and lose money over some shit that, like, that's just what they fucking do in athletics, period. And since these guys are not competing, like, I don't see what, like, yeah, they say it's illegal, but I'm like, shit, it's a lot of shit. Smoking weed is illegal. That don't, like, don't get on your little high horse about drugs now. Because, like, other than maybe what, CM Punk, there's very few wrestlers you can be like, well, they have never done anything ever. So, it's just weird. Like,
Yeah, I've not really been following that story, and it
I
has
have
seemed
no
like
choice because,
out of blown, yeah, blown out of context, like
yeah,
ridiculous thing for the longest time.
Roman is connected to it. So, like, there are people that I follow who are very concerned. And I'm just like, I mean, even if he do get suspended, it's his second chance. If he, like, people, okay, this is the same company that changed the rules for Randy Orton. But people are like, well, it's 2018. It's different now. Our president is a fucking serial sexual assaulter. He breaks the law constantly. And he's still not locked up. What the fuck do you mean it's 2018? And the motherfuckers ain't gonna make a WrestleMania match over what some motherfucker that's locked up say about steroids? Really? Yeah, y'all about to be ashamed. Y'all should have more faith in Vince than that shit. Cause I do.
You seriously?
Right? Like, it's crazy, but that's unless it's something big happened, that's probably the last time I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah, it's not even worth it.
Unless I'm making jokes.
So I just got a DM from our boy Vidance, and he pointed me in the direction of Petty Banks's likes again. And apparently she's just been liking a bunch of tweets saying Bailey sucks. Oh, which is just tremendous. Just hilariously tremendous. Just, we hate Bailey. Bailey sucks. Bailey sucks. Boo. Bailey sucks. Boo. No. Bailey sucks. Just like over and over again. Oh, man. She's the most emo, and it's so great.
It is. Charlotte is so extra. It's the best kind of extra. But like I'm so glad. Can we all admit that we are proud that she finally started talking to Vince? Did you hear? Did you hear the good news? She started having conversations with him. Yes, Lord. Because I was thinking, like, how you ain't gonna talk to Vince when the everybody knows you be like, you just gotta talk to him. That's what everybody say. Talk to Vince. Go ahead, take a meeting with him and talk to him. He'll hear you out. And she's scared, girl. Hey, we meet Vince McMahon. Like, say, bro, let's have a meeting. Oh my goodness. So, WrestleMania, there is a rumor, I guess we can use this, that perhaps that could be something like 4, maybe 5, because there's a lot of injured men.
Mm-hmm.
There could be maybe 4 or 5 matches with women. Do you see that happening, or do you think there's?
I think there has to be. I think the I mean, you got the 2 title matches.
Yeah.
You've got the Ronda and Steph thing. You've got Sasha and Bailey. Like that. There's 4 right there. You know.
And then they can have hey, you can get a check on the pre-show.
Pre-show, yeah, for the tag match or whatever. You know.
Whatever, yeah. Maybe cross-branded, since they finna shut down single pay-per-views anyway. Have a bunch of whoever's left from Raw, whoever's left from SmackDown on the pre-show.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it was one of the better matches of WrestleMania 32 was the women's pre-show tag
That's
match.
true. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It was. So
everybody showed out.
Yes. Well, like
All right, let's get on out of here.
Yeah, I I want to know what you hope to see immediately, like Monday. What do you want? What do you think should be happening next for Sasha and Bailey? You think they should try to talk it out, or
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be dragged out for a long time. I don't think the actual like full on turn is gonna happen until like maybe Mania itself or the night after. I think it's gonna be a very slow process. Like will they, won't they? It's gonna be like a will they, won't they thing on like a a sitcom or whatever. Like will this romantic pairing get together? It's like will Sasha turn heel? And it's gonna be they're just gonna keep being petty to each other, and it's just gonna be building slowly but surely to that. And then there's gonna be a certain point they're gonna have some tussle or whatever, but it won't be permanent, and then the match will be made, and then either Sasha will cheat relentlessly, or Bailey will win, and then she'll be like offer a hug, like Sasha will offer a hug her, and then like stab her in the heart, not in the back, because that's not how Petty Banks does things. She does things right to the heart. So yeah, pretty looking forward to it. Whatever happens.
yes, I am too. Yeah, the wrestling's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. How about that? I think we're headed for another boom period, to be honest. If I'm gonna make that bold claim.
Yeah, because there's certain things I'm liking outside of wrestling. I mean, outside of WWE, like people hate on the Bullet Club, but I've always been a fan of Cody. I'm not like super into him, but like I can respect his hustle. They're having they're having a fucking arena show all on their fucking own. So like at least they're out there trying things. There's a fucking gay ass storyline in New Japan.
Yeah,
Like,
right. That's a great angle.
Great. I love it. It's great content. I got teary eyed watching it. I'm not gonna lie. So yes, the wrestling is good, and I would gladly welcome a boom period because I got to witness one. Be great to witness another. All right, you want to say any final thoughts before we get on out of here?
Nah, I think we should just roll out. Let the people, keep something for next week. We got some things in our holster still.
Yeah, but it's been great. Uh, uh, Roman Reigns, stay the fuck away from Bray Wyatt.
Right, seriously.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.